YouTube, what is going on? Welcome to another video. My name is D at D Got Exotics. For those of you guys that are watching, this is me making a major transition in my life, coming from the YouTube platform, me making videos on my motorcycle, having fun, to now providing value in the rental car space where we are catering to all DoorDash and Uber drivers, allowing them to make money with our vehicle while we are also growing and expanding this channel and our fleet at the same time. Now, before getting started in any industry, you have to have your mindset right. So I just want to go ahead and dive in and kind of tap into, where our thought process may be as far as what we're doing and where we will continue to go if we continue to move off of the thoughts and the emotions that we have towards what we're doing. So we can have whatever we see out here in this physical world. It's all available to us. The next individual has it. So what is it going to take for us to obtain it? So that comes down to, niche as far as what you're doing, who you're catering to, and really dialing down and reaching out to that avatar, to that individual, and, building a connection to where eventually you can have enough people who are interested in the service that you're providing. And obviously you have to have multiple clients to build that compound interest, that social proof, that word of mouth, a true peer-to-peer connection to where others could truly gravitate and grow and see your results that you've made upon other people's lives. So as far as with this video, even though I may not be taking too much action on too many things besides physical words that you could hear and resonate with, I think it's important to, take a second, take a break, and just to realize where we are, especially in the beginning of the new year, before we just continue to run around with our head chopped off, moving and doing the things that we feel is best for us to do. However, if you really think about it, the things that we've known how to do and that we continue to do on a day-to-day basis, if we continue to put in the same energy towards something that we're doing and expect different results, you can't really expect too much of a different outcome. So as far as no matter what industry you're in, it's very important that you have your mind right. Your mindset is everything. It's key to how you feel when you wake up in the morning, how you feel during the things that you're doing, the interactions that you're having on a social occurrence throughout the day. It's very important to have your mind focused and centered on what's most important to you, and to have gratitude and joy, and to be able to build within the very moment of each and every day. So we could either wake up and be grumpy because it's another day that we're going through a cycle of doing something that someone else has set up for us. Now, what do I mean by that? When you cater to a job, it's not necessarily something you came out of the womb wanting to do. It's just something that you've naturally taken action on and learned to do because it's the proper steps that are put into place for you to be able to make money and live in this world, have a comfortable state of living. Now, as far as a comfortable state of living, just to dive into this aspect of when you get your job, when you get your money, when you get your currency, what are you using your currency to, better yourself in? Me personally, I personally financed the motorcycle, which allowed me to build my credit as I was pumping concrete, which, is a physical, hard labor job, and which allowed me to really bring out the manhood in myself, see that, hey, I could physically do these things for a company, so why can't I do these things for myself on a day-to-day basis, which is what gave me that urge to want to quit my job. When you're getting that currency, as far as people are always worrying about inflation, prices going up and down, but if you control your own market, if you control your own economy, what you spend your money on, what you spend your time towards, if you are placing your money towards the right ventures and the right investments, then you wouldn't necessarily be stressed about the economy and your next paycheck because you're not living check to check. However, if we are constantly investing, and I wouldn't even say investing, but just spending frugally on the things that, isn't going to benefit us in the future in the long run, then we have to kind of understand that we're going to constantly be working to live in a comfortable state of the world. If you're not putting your money towards something that could make you revenue, then it's simply, if you're putting your money towards clothing, and it could be in whatever facet, clothing, you could end up being a fashion model just because you piece together clothes so well, and you give people opportunity to live out of their comfort zone and piece together whatever style they may feel is suitable for them. You could dive into any industry, but it all comes down to mindset and what your initial thoughts are going into that venture, how you feel behind it, what are those emotions, are you confident, are you nervous, are you anxious, and then kind of have to reverse. We have to envision the point that we want to be, or the point that we're at, and kind of just break down a positive side and a negative side to all the emotions that come with it, with what we're doing each and every day, what those actions lead us towards, and where it's moving us in the very moment. Now, we all have the opportunity to shift our paradigm, shift our thought process, shift our habitual habits to focus and center on what's most important to us. However, that does cause us to linger away from what we're used to. So, that becomes somebody that you have to embody daily, somebody that you have to rep out, somebody that, you may have the awareness of what you want to do. You may take your first initial steps towards the achievement of that thing. However, your thought process, oh, I don't know about today, maybe tomorrow, oh, I don't know what they're gonna think, oh, I don't know how this is gonna make that person feel. However, if you have your major C-type goal, your goal that nobody could tell you otherwise, you are so focused and driven towards obtaining it, even if you don't know how, but you are taking the steps and just keeping the persistence within your divine self to continue to conquer what it is that you're set after daily. You're not going to allow little things like, oh, it's hot outside, I don't want to go make a video. Oh, it's, I may not be in the nicest surroundings, though I'm in a garage right now. But for those of you guys that are sitting here and truly tuning in and catching this wisdom and allowing yourself to see yourself throughout your daily interactions with what I'm saying, and, potentially cause you to make a shift within what you're doing in your life. This is what's important. This is what's truly needs to be focused on, what's not being pushed, and what keeps us distracted. Things that are funny are funny. It feels good in the moment. It allows you to laugh. But at the end of the day, they say the joke is on you. If you want to be the class clown, you could laugh all class. But if you're not retaining the information that's going to support you with the material that you're going through throughout life, then, it's not very beneficial in the long run. Sometimes you got to go what's hard. And really, the learning process, embodying a new individual that you see yourself as daily, repping that out, is just, it's like growing pains. It's like when you're a baby, your teeth are coming in, you want to chew on something, you want to go do something that you're used to, but you're not going to because, you understand, you're consciously aware. And now it just comes down to those little thoughts that you have throughout the day that's either going to push you that much more forward or keep you exactly where you are. So to come back to, we can't continue to move off of the information that we know. If we always feel as if we know it all, then how will we continue to grow? Yes, be certain within what you want. And even if you are uncertain in seeing how you will obtain it, it's just the embodiment of that character, moving throughout that energy as far as moving off of those emotions, not letting anybody deter your thought process, your drive towards what you're pushing to do. One bad event can happen, and if you don't see through that, you don't see through the many opportunities of what's causing you to make that shift or what's causing you to make such a major decision in your life. Sometimes the steps we have to take backwards are exactly what's gonna push us that much forward. Yeah, you guys, I just want to dive into the mindset and just to cater our understanding as to what you're doing. Are you starting a business just to make an extra little bit of revenue and put yourself in the same state that you were in once before when you had a job? Meaning, are you looking to make enough revenue to where you can go out, have fun, live freedom, but still, be worried about your next payment, your next client, your next customer? Or are you really looking to scale to where each and every action that you take, each and every dollar that you spend is going into growing your business, to foreseeing what's happening in the moment, and to understand the long goal? When they made the first automobile, first car, they didn't understand as far as what or how it was going to happen. But, obviously the manufacturer, somebody gave the workers a blueprint, and, you guys specialize in this field, so make it happen, bring it to life, and we'll keep doing it over and over again until it gets done. So, that's kind of the same concept that we got to have with whatever we're doing, just day after day, to continue to go after it even until the job's done. And we're going to see that even when we reach that point that maybe we've seen ourselves at, hey, now you're going to have new desires, new goals, and new possibilities because you have gained the confidence and you did what you said you were going to do, and you didn't sit in between the knowing and doing gap, when you know you should do something, and instead of doing it, you just sit with all this knowledge, which causes frustration, which causes you to outlash on the external world, feel the emotions that you don't want to feel throughout the day. So I think it's very powerful and very important that we dive into this subject. Even though that I do specialize in the rental car space, it is very important to gather yourself as an individual before you jump into anything, before you go into anything, understanding, is this beneficial for me? How is it beneficial? What emotions is this gonna give me after, I do this? Am I happy doing this? It's a breakdown, and sometimes you don't even have to second guess it. It's just a feeling. You can go after it day after day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys were able to gravitate towards some of the things that I said, and just let's continue to close that knowing and doing gap. Have a goal that drives you, that's always around you, and just live in that image. Carry a card that reminds you daily. Create a vision board, because I could hop on our phone at any moment and the world is gonna push us towards whatever avenue they have set up for us, the set agenda towards what they're pushing. So as long as we center and focus on what's going on in our lives, aside from the fires, aside from the droughts, aside from, that's always going to be what it's going to be. In order to see through that, come together as a whole, we have to set our own foundation up first properly. You can't have holes in your boat and try to expect people to aboard. You know what I'm saying? You guys are going to sink. If you manufacture and understand all the materials that went into your boat to properly sail and, have a successful trip, that's when you could start, bringing it upon others and giving them the blueprint. And so I think it's important that we just work this section of the mind, this very important key moment before you go into necessarily just anything. Figure out your why. Why is it that you want to do this? Is it just for money? Okay, but what's the deeper rooted aspect? What value are you going to provide in return for that money that you're going to be receiving? Most importantly, this is D at D Got Exotics. If you guys enjoyed today's video, maybe we'll do some more sit downs like this, just all natural. What's coming off of my interpretation on what I'm doing, the day-to-day action, who I'm growing to as an individual, and but we will continue to grow, because change is inevitable. So meaning the circumstances in the world are always going to be altered. It's your decision to benefit from those changes. You learn and to find yourself throughout all the different sunny days, rainy days. The days are here and to be counted and continue to change, but it's about how we react to our reality and the individual that we become throughout these events. What type of thoughts that we carry throughout the day to interpret the world, what our perception is, all comes down in values to who we are as an individual, what we're placing our thoughts towards, and who we are moving into daily. So if you want to continue to absorb yourself in mind-rotting information, as far as people falling, people making fun of each other, football, basketball, it's all a circus, it's all a game, it's all has your attention wrapped in their agenda. If you are seeing things on your phone that, maybe a lifestyle that you want to obtain for yourself, most important key factor is putting down the phone right then and there. If you are that serious and not curious, writing down, envisioning all your wants, go ahead and circle what want is most center focused around and involved around all the other things that you want. Go after that daily and understand that this is leading me to all the other underlying things that I could ever want in life. It starts there, and then after you know what you want, visualize that want daily. As I keep saying, embody that individual, move into that frequency frequently, because everything is consistency. What we consistently watch, eat, do, behave as, that is who we become at the end of the day. It's just another video tapping in with D at D Got Exotics. Let's continue to grow. As you know, we are building a community one day at a time, but as of right now, I just want to build my loyal members who are tapping into these videos. The community will be out here shortly. Let's get it done, y'all. Close that knowing and doing gap. Let's continue to grow.